April is Confederate Heritage Month to remind neo-Confederates and Lost Cause ass clowns what their heritage is. The Sons of Liberty admin team is executing a daily series throughout this entire month, commemorating anniversary events and honoring Southerners who remained loyal to the United States. If you're just coming across this video, make sure to follow the Sons of Liberty, as we'll be upsetting neo-Confederates and Lost Cause bigots all month long. That's literally why I've got my snowflake collector here. Salty Confederate tears. On day 24 of Union Victory Month, we honor the courage, integrity, loyalty, and sacrifices of the free black men, former slaves, who served the United States in the 1st Mississippi Infantry, African descent. They fought gallantly against their native South at the Battle of Milliken's Bend, 7 June 1863. Milliken's Bend was their baptism by fire, and the unit acquitted itself well, defeating Confederate traitors. Fun fact, Milliken's Bend was described as both sides as being savage fury. The Federal troops were supported by the 2 gunboats seen in the color picture. Many of the participants in the battle had been born and raised in that area, and there are recorded instances in the engagement of black Union soldiers capturing or killing their former masters. Hell fucking yeah. Bonus fun fact, the first image in color was drawn by David Beatty, a Confederate soldier who fought in and was wounded at the battle. Beatty was a private in Company C, 17th Texas Infantry, Allen's regiment, and just 18 years old. The drawing was one of his last acts. He died on June 28, 1863, succumbing to an infection in his wounded leg. The image is significant because it portrays the fighting from the Confederate point of view. Confederate sources of any type for this battle are extremely scarce. Oh, but that's not all, friends. Following the passage of Forts Jackson and St. Philip near the mouth of the Mississippi River on April 24, 1862, the Union occupation of New Orleans was inevitable. Union flag officer David G. Farragut, with his squadron, continued up the Mississippi River and demanded the surrender of the city of New Orleans the next day. The city surrendered on April 28th, and on May 1st, Major General Benjamin Franklin Butler's army began landing at New Orleans and occupying the city. New Orleans, considered an international city and the largest city in the Confederacy, had finally fallen. The Union occupation of New Orleans was an event that had major international significance. This would also be the event which saw the surrender of the Louisiana State Militia Unit, 1st Louisiana Native Guard, which we covered yesterday, which ultimately reflagged itself as a Union unit, thereby beginning the history of black Americans fighting in the U.S. military. For the entire month of April, a whopping handful of days left of it anyway, the Sons of Liberty is running a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo to create a year-long documentary web series on Civil War history. We have over 80,000 subscribers on YouTube alone, so if just 10% of them gave $5 each, we'd be well past our funding goal, and I could shut the hell up about it. Funding this campaign means that the Sons of Liberty admins get to take you on an exciting historical journey and, at the same time, help educate or debunk, depending, various bits of Civil War history, myths, legends, and lies. Reminder that the Confederacy were traitors who betrayed the United States and tried to destroy the Union out of spite. Reminder that heritage, not hate, is lost cause horse shit. Reminder that the lost cause narrative is revisionist history bullshit. Reminder that the South seceded over slavery and economic factors tied to slavery. And here's another reminder that the Confederacy is a bunch of traitors who lost a war that they started, got their asses kicked in the war that they started, and were forced to beg to be readmitted into the Union. P.S. Your flag, this one right here, this surrender cloth, is a participation trophy. Admin Tim316 says get fucked and die mad about it. Hashtag not sorry, not sorry.
And now it's time for the throw punch!
Native Guard, which we covered yesterday, which ultimately reflagged itself as a Union unit, thereby beginning the